Hello everybody and welcome to yet another Let's Play. I know. You're like, whoa, hang on. Okay, one, why are we doing DmC Reboot? And two, why are we doing a Let's Play again? Like an actual full-on Let's Play. And for those that don't know, I've been kind of not really wanting to do Let's Plays as much anymore. Well, this is actually a little different. This is still going to be called a Let's Play, most likely. So I'm probably just gonna leave it at that. Probably gonna leave it as that. We're gonna play on normal. Not gonna go anything too hard. Fuck no. I'm just gonna make this as normal as I can of an every play normally do. So I know I just said it, but I don't want to do normal Let's Plays much anymore. I don't think I hope I've said that somewhere. I don't think I've made an update video for it or whatever. But yeah, so. This is going to be one of the first things that you're going to see happen in this particular game. We are actually going to be skipping cutscenes. Not because, like, oh god, it's DmC Reboot. Sorry, I'm adjusting volumes. Not because, like, oh god, it's DmC Reboot. Like, these cutscenes are awful. Please skip them. Which, for the most part, yes, a lot of them are pretty fucking awful. But I want to skip because of the simple fact that I just want to play the game. Why is it so fucking loud? I'm so sorry. I will try to adjust that, but yeah, anyway, my thoughts about DmC Reboot, which will probably end up kind of going between the words DmC Reboot, and of course DmC Devil May Cry. I'll probably just stick with just calling it DmC for the most part. Or just Reboot, I think would be better. By the way, you have no moves at the start, so we're going to be doing the same moves constantly, quite often here, so sorry about that. Also trying to get used to the game again. But anyway, I like this game, but I'll be skipping the cutscenes because I just kind of want to play it. That's it. That's my new, well, not new for Let's Plays, but there's another idea I had in mind, and one of the particular ideas was this. Just do DmC Reboot, call it a Let's Play, and we'll just play it like a normal, casual playthrough that I would probably normally do. And by the way, yes, this is on a completely fresh file, and this was already kind of pre-planned. I didn't tell anybody about this at all, to be fair. I didn't tell anybody that I was planning on doing a Let's Play of DmC, which I'll explain in a minute why Reboot and all that. But yeah, we're here. We're queer. Let's just get it over with, right? No, I like this game. I think it's a fun enough game. And I do kind of plan on doing the Virgil's Downfall. I say I plan on it, so we'll see about that. Also, for those that are wondering, what about Darkstalkers? What is that ever going to return? Like, I've been waiting days for that. To be fair, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I like Darkstalkers 3, of course. But I just don't have that motivation or that mood to want to do it. So I apologize for those that are looking forward to that. No offense, but I just don't really kind of feel like doing it. Right now, I just feel like doing DmC, and I think that's fine enough. Yeah, I have another idea in mind of what I want to do for this channel, but I don't want to spoil it because I don't like spoiling things of my own accord. So, yeah. But whether or not it happens, I don't know. If it doesn't happen, I could always just say, yeah, here's my plan, and it just kind of fell through, and I didn't feel like doing it. So, there's always that. Real quick, just to explain a few things, I am playing on the Xbox One. I bought this game, I think, like yesterday. I do have it on, PlayStation. This is the definitive edition, by the way, so it comes with all the DLC. And yes, I know I'm playing on a sort of inferior console. We're not playing on the Series X or Series S or whatever. And I could be playing this on PS5 because I could always just make a new save file on there, but I kind of just want to get achievements, and whenever I buy games I like, because I usually like to do that, I like to buy games again, if I find them again, like, oh, on a different console, because I'm kind of schizophrenic like that. So this was one of those cases of, like, I like DmC Reboot. I've been wanting to play it again for a while. I wanted an excuse, and this is my excuse to kind of replay it. And my friends are probably thinking, like, oh, so that's what your plan was with buying the Xbox One version. Technically, no. I've been wanting to have it... Well, actually, that's a half-truth. The reason why it's a half-truth is because for a while I kind of had it in my wish list, and it was on sale, and I was thinking about like buying it, for like $8-9 or whatever on the Xbox One store, and then do a Let's Play that way. And then I whipped out the PS5 version that I have and re-downloaded it, played it for like a few chapters or whatever, and was like, I could do it this way. So again, yes, it's technically half true that I want to do the Xbox version of it, because I wanted an excuse to buy the Xbox version, I guess you could say. By the way, I'm just trying to get a little small little achievement here. Nothing in particular, too crazy. I missed one, but that's fine. Yeah, so... Yeah, it's kind of half true. This was more of like a fuck it, fine, I'll do it on the Xbox. More so than I really want to do it on Xbox. Does it make any sense at all? Because like I didn't tell anybody like anything particular. Like I was thinking about doing a Let's Play of the game at some point. I just kind of like was just doing my usual. I'm just buying it because I want to buy it again, which is technically true. You can't call me a liar because that's technically true. I wanted to buy it again for the sake of playing it again, and I was half and half about doing this. Even just today, recording it today, I've not been in the mood to want to record anything really, hardcore included. So. This is more of a surprise for, I guess you could say, everybody. A welcome surprise for you guys, a welcome surprise for me. Yes, I will admit that the first couple of cutscenes are pretty cool. The first outside of the very beginning cutscene, because, let's be honest, that one kind of reeks of just stank pussy, and I don't like it. Not a fan of that type of stuff here in this game. I think that's kind of lame as shit. But I do like some of the cutscenes that show off, like, okay, weapons and stuff. And I understand that Donde is not very cool of a character, or Dante. I understand he's not a very cool character, and I do kind of agree with that. I don't think he's really that cool. But I will admit that there are scenes where I do like. So, whether or not I watch them or not, I probably won't, to be fair, just to kind of save on time, and just because, well, why the hell not? Let's just get through this, Not because I hate the game, but I don't know, I just kind of want to play it. And going back to it real quick, just kind of finish a few things. Why DmC Reboot specifically, and not something else? Well, again, like I said, I've been in the mood to want to play it again. Because I bought DmC 5 Special Edition on PS5, and, well, I'm going to really fucking hanker some panties here, but really definitely de-moisten panties. I'm not a big fan of DmC 5. I am a DmC 1, DmC 4, and honestly the Reboot fan, more so than I am DmC 5 fan. I just... yeah, I know, I'm very bad at everything, I get that, but... Is this just like kill enemies? Yeah, I think so. There's one that's like, oh no, it's the air one. God damn it. Did I miss a secret mission? I don't remember this one being the first secret mission. I think it is. This one's not too bad. All I gotta do is just keep knocking them in the air, and there you go. I don't have roulette, of course. So that would be nice if I did, to do anything different besides just regular aerial combos. These guys are not too hard to deal with. You can always just do that if you wanted. Just a little extra gun damage, but yeah. But yeah, DmC Reboot specifically, and not any other DmC, the reason why I'm doing this one specifically again is because this is technically the next one that came out after DmC 4. I've already done a Let's Play of all the DmCs that I care about, which is 1 through 4. So, in all fairness, God, I can't believe I've done a DmC 3 Let's Play. That's so weird. By the way, I don't hate DmC 3, okay? I like some of the bosses, I like some of the weapons. It just, for me, I don't want to get too far into it, but I'm not a big fan of... Well, yes, I do suck. That's pretty obvious. But it's kind of like DmC 5, where I don't like the levels. I don't like the level design in that. I know that's stupid, but that's a big thing for me for DmC 5. I could go into a lot of stuff about DmC 5 that I don't like, but there are stuff that I do like. I like Virgil's fights. I think he's a fun fight. I like that Nero has a lot of his tool set back, and he did get a slight upgrade with the arms. Although I'm not a big fan of the arms much, because I'm too much of a Buster loser, because I played a lot of DmC 4. And I understand that you can get Buster, but I know, it's just, I'm not good with change, I guess, but I don't know. It could also be a case of maybe I just haven't really learned the game yet, so maybe that's why I haven't liked it, but like, I will admit that one big part of DMC5 I don't like is the level design. I think the art's just, the levels, like the way they're made, not only just to look but to play. You know, I'm a big fan of levels that kind of feel fun to play, which I know people are probably going to say, well, hang on, that's fucking stupid and horseshit because you like DMC Reboot and you like DMC4. Those levels fucking suck, bro. I would argue that I think that DMC Reboot's levels are fine enough. Yes, I know it's all basically limbo areas, but I do think that they did a pretty decent job at making it look somewhat different and not super repetitive. And again, I don't mean to piss anybody off. I'm just telling you my opinion that I'm not a big fan of DMC5. It could be, again, a case of me just being dog shit at the game. I don't know. So, I'm not going to say, that's bad or whatever. I prefer playing DMC4. And funny enough, I really do like DMC1. Yes, I'm trying to skip that cutscene. I'm sorry. These things take a while. Don't want to piss anybody else off after what I just said. People are going to think I'm a Dante apologist, or a Don't-Day apologist. I think he's fine. Yeah, he's not Dante, but I think that's fine enough to say, like, this is just an alt-world Dante, like, who cares? Which, then again, back then, when this game first came out, I think a lot of the reason why people had a lot of hatred toward it was because of the obvious stuff. There's a lot of stuff to hate in this game in terms of story, in terms of characters. I know that. I'm not trying to dance around that too much and say, like, well, no, Virgil shooting a woman in the stomach is cool. Virgil's fedora that he used to have is a cool thing. I'm not trying to agree with that. I'm just saying that, in all fairness, back then, we thought that this was the last we're ever going to see of Devil May Cry, and this would be the send-off to the series. Luckily, it's not, which, again, DMC5 is not a bad game by any means. And to be fair, I kind of like playing V a little bit. Not much, but, he's a fine enough addition, I guess. The Virgil DLC was fun enough, but either way, I don't know. My opinions are dog shit, and that's pretty much the best I can say. Also, I'm going to get, achievements through this, so just pay attention. Or don't worry about that too much. Either way, my point still stands. I love the levels in DMC1. I think it's a fun platformer, Resident Evil style game. Still can't believe I get hit by that. I don't know how. This game's a fucking liar. It keeps telling me I keep getting hit by that shit, but I know for a fact that I did not get hit by that. Whatever. Anyway, so I love the way that DMC1 feels. I love the way that DMC1's levels are kind of laid out. And yeah, DMC2, don't play it very often. I don't think it's a completely terrible game, but I can tell you one thing, it's my least played DMC game, that's for sure, no doubt. However, okay, for DMC3, I played every once in a while, not too much, but again, I am one of those that really sucks at DMC3. And typically when I play DMC3, I like to start over from the beginning, because I'm insane. So what ends up happening is I have none of my cool weapons and what have you. Also, yes, I do have the Switch version of it, so I could play it with all styles and weapon switch pretty much at max, I guess you could say, so I could have a quote-unquote better experience, but I just don't play it as much. I think it's cool. I love Dante in that one. That's my favorite version of Dante. Unironically, DMC3 Dante is the best Dante, in my opinion. The weapons are also great. Agni Rudra, Cerberus, Nevin, they're all really cool stuff. Beowulf, they're all fun to play with. But it's just the fucking tower. I hate that tower. I don't know. There's levels in it I just don't like. That's it. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to say, like, yeah. And also, that game is 100% a game for people that want to master it. No doubt about it. And I'm unfortunately one of those people that doesn't really want to take the time to master DMC. I think I'm too old head, which is funny because, I call myself old head, but DMC, you know what I mean? You could argue it's an old head game, but I guess kind of like Marvel 2, right? Like you really got to put in a lot of work to learn that stuff, and I just don't really want to take the time to do that. I apologize. Again, I'm more of a DMC4 Nero, bash my head against the stove type player. So I grew up playing a lot of God of War. If that gives you any idea, any indication of where my level stands in terms of how decent I am at Devil May Cry, then there you go. And why I like the DmC reboot. Which I think a lot of people would agree that DmC reboot's gameplay is fine. And, of course, again, you know, I agree the story is complete fucking total trash. It is a dumpster fire. And the Virgil fedora was fucking goofy. I wish there was an option you could turn on to have it back. I think there might be. I have no idea. Only because it's so fucking cringy. I think it's funny. But yeah, I'm more of a God of War, and to an extent, not nearly as much of a God of War player, or not to the extent of as much as I play God of War, but Ninja Gaiden. You know, I do like a lot of Ninja Gaiden stuff. So, not the best player, but yeah. DmC is more of like my third option a lot of the time when it comes to playing either one of those games. I'll typically play God of War more often than I do Devil May Cry, which I know is complete heresy when it comes to DmC fans, but no, no, you guys are cool. You know, I'm just playing around. I hope so. I assume so. I've never really run into a bad DmC fan before, so not that I know of, or not that I hope I ever will. But sorry about the whole constant yapping. That's just what my channel's built on. If I don't fucking constantly yap, then my videos get demonetized, and of course I lose money, tons of money. Nobody wants to watch my content anymore. The algorithm fucks me. Nobody wants to like and subscribe anymore. Nobody wants to comment. There's nothing to talk about. I'm just kidding. It's more so like I've been around YouTube long enough to get to that point where, like back then, if you don't talk, then, well, you're fucked. You know what I mean? If you're not constantly talking, then people are not going to want to watch anymore. That was a weird point of YouTube, I guess, that I kind of stumbled upon back then, and it's just kind of been that way sort of ever since. And I just don't like dead air. I don't like watching people just have a constant amount of dead air. I'll cut off every once in a while to stop talking, not just to breathe, but just more so because, let's be real, I need to shut the fuck up sometimes. So, there's that. Alright, Arbiter time. We don't have access to the pole mechanic, but we do have, of course, the axe itself. Weaker enemies will get knocked away, so be careful with that. RT and circle are basically the right, you know, if you're playing a PlayStation, to be like R2 or whatever. I should know this. I'm the PlayStation guy. But yeah, using that with triangle will give you, of course, those types of attacks. These break shields. Circle does a launcher, because circle is basically kind of a universal launcher, which this game's gameplay and control setup is so fucking good. Here's jumping triangle. I'll show it off a little bit better. There you go. And here's jumping circle. It just, again, lands on the ground into a launcher. Unlike Helm Splitter, which basically just lands back to the ground, which is a universal circle move. Yes, this game's more in line with God of War than it is Devil May Cry. Like, no doubt about it. This is definitely made for people that don't want to style too hard. But it does give you the option. I've seen the combo videos, and I will say this. There are some really pretty combos. You know, it of course, admittedly, you know, I'd be lying if I said that this game didn't have some cool stuff to it, so. And I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't want to pretend like this game sucks or whatever. I really do like this game. Certain areas I might not like too much, but yeah. Alright, anything else to talk about I should probably mention? I don't know. Briefly, yeah, I just... Oh my fucking god, not this again. I just started, dude. I'm so sorry about that. That's completely unprofessional, but then again, this is my YouTube. We're kind of used to that type of shit at this point. I'll just fucking switch controllers. God damn it. I have two at least, thank god. Well, at least I'm not playing on PS5 because, man, those controllers would have been dead the second I popped that bitch in. Alright. Where is that bastard? That's not it. That is it. Okay, again, complete apologies for this. For kind of dipping in and just changing controllers here. If anything, if it's not too much trouble, I wonder if I can. Sorry, give me 1 second here. I know I'm wasting everybody's fucking time, because that's what I do. And also, apologies about cussing all the time. That's just a normal thing I do. I know I'm not very... Actually, real quick, just to check something. Okay. Again, sorry. Completely unprofessional. Oh, sorry. Completely unprofessional. Wait a minute. I just plugged in the wrong... I plugged it on the wrong side. I think I need a PS4 charger to charge my... Fuck it, whatever. I'll just get a... I don't want to play this controller. This one sucks. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. We'll make do. You'll be hearing a lot of clicking, I guess. So, apologies. By the way, if you don't hold circle or B, if you hold it, you will launch with them. So keep that in mind. For those that are not familiar with this game, which I assume that if you're watching this, how are you not familiar with this game at this point? You know, like I assume that most people that that did click on this are probably most likely DmC fans of some sort. Hopefully this fucking battery's not dead, I swear. Yeah, let me try something real quick. Let me see. That's the only fucking port I have. I was going to say, like, because I know for this one, I have a battery pack.
Where am
I? Oh, shit. I think there is a battery pack on the other one. Shit. Whatever. It's fine. It would be funny if this one just comes out of nowhere and says, by the way, batteries are low. And it's like, fuck me. Fine, I'll go change them. You know? I have the batteries. I can't do that. Luckily, Xbox One batteries do not die nearly as fast as Xbox 360, because holy fucking shit, guys. God damn, I'm sure everybody knows by now, but those things fucking drain quick. And I thought we drained quick. By the way, I'm kind of more of like a new age Xbox 360 owner. I haven't had it for like more than a year, I think. I bought it specifically to play Xbox, like old school Xbox games that I couldn't get to play on Xbox One. Ninja Gaiden Vanilla being one of them. Like, I have Ninja Gaiden Black, which, yes, is my preferred way of playing it. Which, by the way, that was one of those considered Let's Plays I was thinking about doing. So, I'll give some thought at some point. I don't know. Look, don't take it as like a definite yes, but it was considered that I would probably maybe potentially do that. I know I should have dodged. I keep forgetting that LB is to dodge. I'm so used to fucking old school Devil May Cry that I've completely forgotten everything about how to play these games. Alright. I also love the platforming in this. I do think that the platforming is actually pretty well done. Again, I think they did a really good hell of a job at making the levels quite... even though they are kind of not very super unique, I still would argue that I think that there's a blend of just nice change and variety in it that, even though it's kind of the same concept, they really did a pretty good job at making everything look different enough. So, basically, I'm just repeating the same thing I've said before a dozen times. The level design in this game is pretty damn okay. Okay, we do have a key. I was wondering about that. I think this one is defeat all enemies and with no other stipulation. I think. Yeah. Just kill them within time limit. Which, by the way, that's kind of the part for the course with a game like this. I want to say there's a carousel around here, but I guess not. I thought there was. Well, yeah. I mean, it's technically right there, I guess, but I don't think you can activate it. Well, that's not even the same one as last time. Oh yeah, by the way, we do have, of course, the pull-in mechanics, so if I do happen to knock these assholes away, I could always just pull them in and then just fry their ass. Also, no style points in secret missions, it seems, unless you have to specifically get a style for it to work. And another thing, too, this will not be 100% that I know of. There could always come a chance that I could, but there's a lot of backtrack that I think you have to do to get all that stuff. So I probably, all things considered, probably won't do that. But yeah, unironically, like, these combos are they're kind of neat. Like, I could do that, but I'm fucking lazy and I'm a loser, so. Because that wasn't really like a super difficult combo to really do. The enemy step is the only thing that would probably get me, that would probably kind of fuck with me. By the way, if anybody's wondering, because I know you guys are definitely dying to hear it, what's my favorite Devil May Cry, just in general, out of all the 6 Devil May Cry games we have, not, of course, counting mobile shit or anything like that? Well, again, it might piss some people off, but DmC 4 Special Edition, in my opinion, is my favorite Devil May Cry. I understand that a lot of my opinions about repetitious stuff kind of seems silly when you think about DmC 4 being my favorite, because, God forbid, that game is full of backtracking. And you go to fucking the same goddamn castle 3 times. Well, 2. But you get the idea. I don't know. I just... it's kind of homely, I guess. I don't know. It just feels nice. There's a huge difference between the castle and, you know, the forest. There's a definite different look to it. Which, I know that a lot of DMCs have that already. It just, for me personally, like... I want something a little bit more drastic looking. I didn't get a chance to show off. Bitch. They fucking died too soon. Also, at some point, I may end up doing a DMC reboot Dante Must Die mode for Hardcorean one day. That's not really in the works, but it's something that I've thought about doing. Sure, why not? We'll buy that, I guess. We'll buy Enemy Step. We'll get Stinger. I'll get Judgment level 2 just for a bit more damage. Shoot level 2. I just want to do some little bit of tweaking to my damage. Which, funny enough, I think this is the only DMC that I can think of that gives you damage upgrades. Like outright regular damage upgrades. Well, hold on there, cowboy. It's been a bit, but didn't DMC 3 do that? Like, you can upgrade your guns to have more damage or something? Or am I... Yeah, I think so. Sorry, folks. It's been a while since I played DMC 3, like, all the way through or whatever. I usually get to Cerberus, get my ass destroyed, and just like anybody else would that plays it for the first time. Because that's what Cerberus is. He's built to fucking kick your teeth in. Alright, Blue Rose. Wow. Possible reference to Nero from DMC 4? Because Blue Rose being his, revolver. Also, I forgot what this weapon was called. I just saw it, I know, but I'm not a big fan of the angel weapons, except for Osiris. I think it was Osiris that was the spinny blades, right? Fuck, I don't remember. By the way, I know that just said play as Dante, like get 100 kills as Dante. I mentioned this before, but I would like to do Virgil, to be fair. I think that would be a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure people would love to see that. So, I might. That's the problem with Stinger. You can only do it to fucking enemies that don't get knocked away. Yeah, because this was Arbiter. What the fuck was the scythe called again? Oh, shit, I don't remember. I know it just told me, but I always forget. Yeah, I forget that quick. I know it's impressive. Well, I wasn't really looking either, so... Also, not gonna say that's gonna happen, but if my mood comes back, then maybe one day come a possibility I might do God of War 4. I don't know about that one, because that one's a fucking hog on the goddamn... This one's Osiris. What the fuck were the spinning blades called again? Ugh, whatever. Health cross. Get some health back. Shit, if I remember. Hopefully the volume for the game is not too low or too loud. I'm not sure. Like, it seems like... I mean, well, right now it's pretty quiet because there's nothing going on. But just in the off chance, I'm kind of worried. I might have put it too low. Oh, well. Also, another thing, too, is will I ever do Bioshock Infinite? Because, like, if I want to finish... If I would like to finish a lot of franchises that I started, or to an extent that I want to finish, wouldn't that one be one to try to do? Like, yeah, technically speaking. Look, I'm not going to say it's going to happen. I'm just saying that... I mean, that'd be one way to finish it. Because that's another one I have on Xbox One I've not finished. I haven't even finished it on Switch either. I tend to buy a lot of games that I like. I buy the collection of Bioshock like multiple times. Because, I mean, in all fairness, Bioshock, technically by proxy, is my favorite game. However, that kind of changes here and there from time to time. Yeah, I know. I don't really have anything else to fit that bill for, like, favorite game. Because I've been actually going through it again. I've been going through Bioshock 1 again for just the fun of it. Which, by the way, I started watching my old Let's Play of it, and I was entertained by my content back then, but there's a lot of things I said that were just kind of untrue. Like, I was like, oh yeah, this game was made by 2K or whatever. No, I'm pretty sure it was made by Irrational, and I think 2K were the publisher, so... Basically what I'm trying to get at is, if I can find myself an excuse for it, I could always theoretically do Bioshock 1 re-Let's Play, but... I don't know. My mood for Let's Plays kind of change. It's very intermittent. Or, I mean, it just kind of... It just changes. Like, frequently. Like, even right now, like, I'm having a good time. Right? But I guarantee you, once I get done with this video, it might just be like, well, that was fun, but I don't know if I want to do anything else. I should have bought fucking the light when I had the chance. Just to give me at least a different move than just the regular same old air combos. Which is another thing I like about DmC Reboot, though, is like your starting abilities are nice. And that's the thing I don't like about a lot of... I know, DmC gets good when you start getting stuff. I understand that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not dumb. But, you know, there's a lot of DMCs I feel like just don't hit that point until you get to that, until you start getting good stuff. Like, in my opinion, I hate to admit it, but a fresh start from DMC 3 is not my cup of tea. DMC 5, again, who I met the DMC 5, same kind of way. I just... Not the biggest fan of how that game starts with nothing, especially with Nero. Because when I play Nero, you know, I kind of think to myself, I should have speed, I should have roulette spin, you know, I should have all this, I should have streak unlocked already because I just got done playing DMC 4, most likely. So, you know, that kind of ends up becoming the case. And look, we can do that now. We can do the LT Gray. The LTB move, where we do the spin thing. And we can do LT into X to, you know, launch ourselves toward. We're still missing one ability, though. We'll get it in a second, but we're still missing one. We have, of course, the grapple toward and the grapple... the grapple toward them, the grapple toward us. We got both grapples, but we're still missing one last move. Spoiler alert, it's the Angel Dash thingy. Which is a really good ability to have. And look who it is! I just saw Cat and Virgil. I know, I've been skipping through cutscenes, and I kind of forgot what these cutscenes were even about, to be fair. But there you go. That's mission number 2 done. I think it's only like 20. I mean, there's usually about 20. I'll try the volume just a slight bit again. Yeah, honestly, weirdly enough, now that I'm actually doing a Let's Play, it kind of feels a little bit better to do one. So, maybe you guys might get to see some more stuff for a little while. I mean, don't get fucking crazy about it. You know, don't go like, wow, he's... Yeah, that was loud as fuck, by the way. I just spit all over the place. Don't get too crazy about it. Don't think like, oh, wow, I can't wait to see fucking Paper Mario come back again. Like, I wouldn't go that far. Maybe. I mean, you know, maybe a chapter here or there or whatever, but... I've got time to do it. Just, I don't want to do it. Yeah, I can do that combo. Bullshit. Fucking liar. The only combo I know is just this, and then typically into, like... I didn't even use guns. You know, I understand that those are combo extenders. Like, I get fighting game concepts. I understand that. It's just that I'm stupid. These guys can be launched, by the way. Don't think that they can't. They may seem aggressive and stupid, but... Or, like... I don't know. They're weird. They're like a weird middle ground of, like, the armored enemies that can't be knocked away with Arbiter. And, like, a combination of that and a combination of the regular run-of-the-mill enemies that can easily be fucking thwarted. By the way, there's a lost soul, like, right up here to the right. And if you get this cutscene, you miss it. Ah, fuck! I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. You guys fell for it. I can't believe you fell for the oldest trick in the book. The old lost soul can't collect anymore trick. Who am I kidding around here? Nobody fucking fell for that. I just look like a fucking idiot with a cream on my face. Actually, funny enough, cussing this entire time is actually quite relevant. Me constantly cussing for my Let's Plays is relatively relevant to DmC. Not only just the reboot, because like I know this game is filled with it, but funny enough, the DmC Netflix anime too. Yeah, lady just cusses like a goddamn horse. And it's off-putting, I can tell you that. I've not actually watched the series from Netflix. I've only seen clips, and it's just, like my brother said, it's just another fucking goddamn, the Josh Brolin type fucking comedy routine and whatever. Was it Justin? No, Justin Roiland, that's what his name was. The Rick and Morty guy. Who was Josh Whedon again? Wasn't Josh Whedon? No, that I was thinking of Guardians of the Galaxy guy, which that's like Josh Gunn or whatever. What's his fucking name? I don't remember. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know. That was far from cool, by the way. Don't praise me for that one. Come on, admit it. That was shit. That was shit. Look, I can take a little bit of criticism here, as long as you're not a dick about it. You know. Just don't be an ass. That's all I say. Oh, for fuck's sake. Can you hit the damn... Yeah, our first green orb ever, because we just never get them. And funny enough, in this game, red orbs are not used for upgrades. I mean, technically, yes. If you think about it, yes, they are, because you can buy health cross with it, yeah. But they're actually more so used to buy items. Funny enough. How interesting is that? Very much so. God, I have nothing to talk about, huh? I mean, that's actually pretty much par for the course of my content. I know, it sounds very intriguing that I have nothing going on, but it's not that I don't. I have things going on. I just don't have anything I really want to specifically talk about. There's nothing inherently relevant to what's going on currently with this Let's Play. I have nothing. I've been playing a lot of games that I already own. I beat Dead Space 1 again. I beat Bioshock 1 again. Beat Bioshock 2 like twice. It's not that I've been bored with nothing to do. It's just, I have a problem. I tend to buy games I like, and I tend to buy them on other consoles, and I still have to beat Bioshock. I think I beat Bioshock 2 on Switch. No, I don't think I have. No, I haven't. I still have not beaten any of the Bioshocks on Switch, but I still haven't beaten Bioshock 2 on Steam. Remastered and the original, so I still have to go through that. And by the way, my opinions about Bioshock 2 have changed dramatically in this last few weeks. I have to admit, it's pretty damn good. Like, back when I first played it, I thought it was neat, and then I was like, well, I still like Bioshock 1 better, which, to be fair, to an extent, yes and no. But goddamn, Bioshock 2? Man, you motherfuckers did it. You did a hell of a job with that, and I was too blind and stupid to ever consider it a relatively quite good game. I think I used to consider it more like above average, if anything. I might be wrong. I may have said a lot worse. Probably some slurs thrown in there every once in a while. Which, again, we're playing DmC Reboot. That's par for the course. But, yeah, I don't know what I used to say about it. I couldn't tell you. But I guarantee you it was probably more like, I think it's fine, but I don't like playing it that much. And now it's like I've done like 2 fucking playthroughs, guys. I've done 2 goddamn playthroughs, and it's like, I think at that point, I think you're either lying or you're stupid. So, talking about myself here, not you guys, of course. There we go, grab that, because why the hell not? Oh, no, they're there. I was like, where are the other enemies at? And it's like, yeah, that's right, they're down here. Oh yeah, I guess something else I could talk about real quick. Spoiler alert, but we were kind of planning on doing a Super Genius video today with my friend and I. But, alas, we were not able to. I woke up at like 7 this morning. And usually we kind of do stuff around like 10, somewhere between 10 and 12. And I check around like 10 to see if he's, up. Well, he's still asleep. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not waiting any longer. I'm going to go do my own stuff. And I'll wait a little bit longer once I do my stuff. And then we'll see. We'll go from there what's going on. So I give him a bit more time, and then 12 hits. And it's like still nothing. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And then I finally like see him on. I message him. And I'm like, maybe we should just do our own stuff today. Because it's getting kind of late. I know it's only like 12 in the afternoon, but he's got to work the next day. And it's like, I don't want to take him away from... I don't want to make him do something on his day off before work that's not early enough that we can just get done with. Because I'm that type of guy, too. It's like, if I'm going to do something, I kind of want to do it as early as I possibly can. And I kind of just... I know it's stupid, but I do kind of use that same fitting for other people, too. And it's like, I put that same amount of respect to other people. Like, okay, they might not want to do it unless we just do it right now, this early, right? Well, not like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning early, but, around 10 or whatever, like the usual time. I sound like an ex-wife that's pissed off, I know, but I don't know. Like, I don't like waiting. I'm very impatient. I just want to get stuff going. And I was like, we could just do our own stuff today if need be. And because, like, my mood of doing it kind of fell out a little bit, not going to lie. And he was like, yeah, getting kind of sick or something. I'm like, oh, okay, that would explain it. So, we didn't do anything today specifically because my friend might be possibly sick. Look, I'm not blaming him for that. I'm just saying that, like, it sucks, but that's just how it goes, man. You hate to see it, but it is what it is. So, I'm not going to spoil what it was. I think it would have been a lot more entertaining if you guys saw it as a surprise. I mean, there's always a chance we could do it in the future. Maybe like no, we can't do it next week because we got other stuff to do next week, too. Fuck! We had the one chance to do... Wait a minute, no. He had to go do stuff this week. So I think he has next week off to do stuff with us, possibly. Hell with it, I don't know. That's another reason why I don't want to do Let's Play as much anymore. It's because I just don't feel like dragging people into doing co-ops, especially when I'm just not in the mood to want to do it, or I just don't want to do a Let's Play normally, or whatever, I don't want to bring everybody else down with my stupid bullshit. Alright, this part kind of sucks, not gonna lie. Look, everything I just said sounds mean, but I promise you it's not out of malice. I'm just saying, I'm just telling you guys what had happened, okay? And me going and trying to fight and defend myself for it makes me seem more like a bad guy, and I totally get that. And that's fine, if you want to think of me as a villain, that's fine. Because a lot of my other family members seem to do that, so... Which is bizarre. I'm not going to get into that too much. Let's upgrade this, because this gives me more damage, too. Get Aerial Rave, and we'll unlock Roulette, finally. Thank fuck. Okay, cool. So, item-wise, yeah, it's about 2,000, that's what I thought. I'll just go ahead and start... Wait a minute. Holy fucking shit, I'm stupid! I forgot to turn on fucking bloody turbo mode! Oh, man. Well, the game felt nice. It's funny, I played DmC4 vanilla, with no turbo, and it's like, oh my god, what is this? This is hell. I don't like this. But like, I go play DmC Reboot with it without it, and it's like, okay, it feels natural. God damn it, I totally forgot about turbo mode being a... Oh, fuck me, guys. So sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you next time. I'm just going to start the next video right up. And as always, take care, everybody.